Ed O'Farrell, and this is a Real Assets Advisor Hot Minute. Today, we're going to spend a hot minute or so with Frank Brochin. Frank is the Chief Investment Officer at Fiduciary Trust Company. Fiduciary Trust Company is a Boston-based private wealth management firm focused on individuals, families, and nonprofits. In total, Fiduciary Trust Company oversees approximately $35 billion of assets under supervision. Welcome, Frank.
Ed, thanks for having me.
Frank, are you ready for a hot minute?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Hometown and where you currently reside.
Well, my hometown is in France, as my accent probably betrays, but I currently live in Boston.
Okay. Alma mater and college major.
So I studied in Paris first, and then I came to the US to get my PhD at Princeton and then my MBA at Harvard.
Okay. First job as a kid.
Believe it or not, that's a true story. I was collecting clams to sell to fishermen who were using them as bait.
All right. First job as a professional.
I was a research engineer in telecommunications for NTT in Tokyo.
Okay. How do you think about the use of real asset or alternative investments in client portfolios?
Yeah, so this is actually an area we're developing, Ed. We're working hard on it. And the idea is twofold. The first part is to increase diversifying strategies in our client portfolios. And here the idea is to introduce something which have a very low correlation to the market or no correlation to the market, such as music royalties or non-op working interest or sports franchises. And the overall goal is to reduce the correlation of our client portfolio to the market. And then the second part is to actually look at their equity and bond sub-portfolios, if you will, and replace a portion of these by either private credit or private equity. And here the idea is to trade liquidity for higher returns over time. So we have a great advantage as a firm in how we do this, because in a lot of these niche corners of the market where we want to invest, size is the enemy of performance. And we're large enough that we can have a large research team and bring to bear a lot of resources on our research program. But at the same time, we're still small enough that we can target these niche corners of the market and invest in strategies which are truly beyond the reach of the large firms.
Okay. What are the fundamental characteristics of an alternative investment program that would make it a good fit at Fiduciary Trust Company?
So one thing we're going to be looking at more and more over time is tax deferral strategies. And I think it's a good thing. Our advisors have been extremely successful over the past several years. They have generated great performance for our clients, and that means great capital gains. And so we're going to be looking at ways to rebalance portfolios for our clients while postponing capital gains as much as we can. So we're trying to find ways to make sure that our clients keep most of what they have earned with us.
Okay. Worst investment advice you've ever been on the receiving end of?
I think any stock tip I've ever received was the worst investment advice I've ever received.
Okay. There's no shortage of choices for high net worth individuals and families when it comes to selecting a wealth manager. Why do you believe these folks should consider having a conversation with an advisor from Fiduciary Trust Company?
Well, I did the same thing recently. I had a conversation with this firm and I decided to join the firm. It's a firm with 140 years of integrity, financial stability. It's a firm where you have really a talented group of people, not only in the management team, but also in the investment team. And finally, it's a firm that offers comprehensive services to its clients, not only the wealth management, not only the investment management, but also tax planning, trust and estate planning, custody tax. This is a firm that essentially has offered the whole package to clients. I think the clients are very satisfied. We have a 98% annual retention rate, which is an exceptional number for our industry.
Okay. Talent or useless talent you possess that most folks don't know you have.
I don't know it either. I don't think I have any particular talents.
Okay.
And whatever talent I have is probably useless anyway.
Okay. One person, dead or alive, who isn't a family member, you'd most like to have dinner with.
I'd love to have dinner with my wife, but not a family member. I would probably pick Charles Darwin, uh, just because I would love to tell him how his theory of evolution has influenced our understanding of mankind and life in general, and most importantly, to sort of see his reaction when I tell him everything that was sort of discovered after he died. So I think that would be a great dinner.
Okay. At what restaurant would you choose to have said dinner at? And what would you order?
But I'm going to pick a place in Princeton where my wife and I lived before we moved to Boston, a place called Agricola on Witherspoon Street, a place we love, and where I probably would order something vegetarian, which I think would be appropriate to have dinner with Charles Darwin.
Vegetarian fare in Princeton. Sounds pretty good. You can connect with Frank directly on LinkedIn. And for more information on Fiduciary Trust Company, you can visit fiduciary-trust.com. On behalf of the team here at Real Assets Advisor, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time.